Throughout 2022, I feel like I had been picking up on a pattern in the movie releases. Well, technically, it was more of several patterns, and I wanted to, in the new year, write an essay that contained all my thoughts on the subject. But I was having trouble linking them together, and I didn't want to spend my January making several small pieces talking about it. And then I had the idea, format it like an award show. It seemed like an interesting way to convey the points that I was going for, bridge them together, and have a little fun. And then it got a little out of hand. January's almost over, and here's the video. Let's do this.
Live from an actual nondescript theater, and definitely not filmed in front of a green screen, it's the first, and hopefully not annual, The Greg Norton YouTube Channel Awards. Here is your host, a white guy.
Thank you. It is wonderful to have all these people here that are definitely in the audience to watch this totally real thing that is happening. This isn't my living room, I swear. So, for our first award, we have a wonderful guest to present. He's one of the pillars of this channel. He's the only person who is on this almost as much as I am, a Mr. David Macri. Are we wearing the same shirt?
Maybe. Every year, movies come out. Some are great works of art that define the time they are released. These are not those films. The nominees for the I Forgot This Movie Came Out This Year award are The 355, Shut-In, Windfall, The Tender Bar, Cheaper by the Dozen, and Choose or Die. And the winner is... Cheaper by the Dozen.
Finding out that they had remade Cheaper by the Dozen again was a big shock to me, and then I forgot about it. Like the other films in this category, it came and went. And that happens all the time. It's part of the movie industry, not everything is a groundbreaking hit. The difference to me, and why it won out here, is because Cheaper by the Dozen is built off of the film industry's favorite resource right now, existing IP. Disney Plus wanted a quick, family-friendly product to drop on their platform to keep their numbers up. Y'all, Meryl Streep just hit me with a fucking crowbar. Anyways, for our second category, we have an excellent guest to present. Someone I've wanted to work with on this channel for a long time. I'm so excited to have him. Please give a round of applause for Mr. David Macri.
Really? Me? Again? You know we have other friends, right? The Lord of the Rings, Back to the Future, The Matrix. There are plenty of film series out there. Now, thanks to these nominees, we have a few more. The nominees for the I Guess This Is a Series Now award are Tall Girl 2, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, Top Gun: Maverick, Hocus Pocus 2, and the winner is Tall Girl 2. Tall Girl 2. There was one tall girl, and now it's another. Well, it's the same again.
Both Top Gun: Maverick and Puss in Boots were films that have been received surprisingly well. Like, not just as legacy sequels, but as films. Tall Girl 2, on the other hand, lives in this weird space where it exists because the first one was a success, mostly because of its meme status. Honestly, I do feel like that film's success was built more off of hate watching and commentary channels covering it nonstop. And that's why it beat out Hocus Pocus 2, a film that, while flat, is at least an attempt to follow up on a real beloved film. Not to say that Tall Girl wasn't real, because it obviously happened, but I don't think anyone would call it beloved. Would you? All right, so our next presenter is already on her stage. Sam.
So, I'm here to talk to you about my favorite genre, and it's horror. As a genre, horror can dig deep into the darkness of society, and it can send a shiver down our spine that never leaves. Horrors are also easily made products that are churned out by the industry, and sometimes at the same time. So the nominees for the I'm sure it's fine, but it looked too generic for my tastes, if horror award are Smile, Pray for the Devil, Mr. Harrigan's Phone, and The Invitation, but the 2022 one. So excited. Oh yeah, I do have to do this, don't I? Smile!
Smile not being a total dud is a shocker to me. It had the vibe of something like a Slender Man from 2018 or The Bye Bye Man and Ouija. Quickly made films to cash in on the fact that low-budget horror can make it big at the box office. So seeing an 80% Rotten Tomatoes score is wild to me. Now, I'm not one to put too much stock into the tomato meter, but the fact that it wasn't trampled on critically really is a testament to 2022 being one of the best years for horror when something like Smile lands with people. When did we invent holograms? Isn't that just great? Now, most award shows have several performances throughout the night of the big songs that are nominated. We do not have a music category, but we do have a single performance. Performing a medley of every song that came out in 2022, we have Rihanna. Wow, that was the most beautiful 47 minutes of my life. I'm so glad we all got to experience that together. Now, I'm really excited for this next presenter because it's someone I have wanted to work with for ages. I do not know how we got him. That's right, it's David Macri.
Seriously? Seriously? I was out the door. The car is warm. What the fuck?
You forgot the card.
There
you go.
Oh my fucking God. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? One of them is a smash success that grossed over $100 million at the box office. The other is the narrative climax to years of video essay tie-ins. Both exist in a way that lets them pit them against each other in an overly niche category. The nominees for the multiverse movie, including googly eyes on a typically inanimate object with sentience, award are Everything Everywhere All at Once and Night of the Coconut. And the winner is... Everything Everywhere All at Once. Goodbye.
Honestly, I just thought it would be fun to put these two in a category together because of the fun parallel thought that occurred here. That's all. You're okay with staying and helping me edit after? Because you're the one with all the Rihanna footage. For this last award, I was going to ask one of the hosts of Montreal's #1 sports podcast, the Gentleman Sports Corner, to present, but I forgot to text either of them. So I will do it. Yeah. The film industry has changed a lot over the past few years, and it's hard to tell where things are going to go next. But maybe if we look at what came out this year, we can figure that out. The State of Cinema Award nominees are Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness and Morbius. And the winner is There's 2 points I wanted to make here. First, with Doctor Strange, is the way that Marvel films represent what blockbuster films are. We are still living in a world where every major studio is looking to get into the cinematic universe game. And now, with Multiverse of Madness, I feel like it can be even more enticing. Actors can show up, get their paycheck, and play in the world without having to commit to a multi-year plan. On top of that, studios can test out actors and roles before dedicating them to long-term plans. It's similar to how Todd Phillips can make his Joker movies stand alone, but without having to waste time constantly answering the "is this in the main continuity or not?" questions from interviewers. Because it is. Even when it isn't. Multiverse of Madness brings the comic book idea of one-shots and alternate timelines that Marvel has been doing for literal decades and brought it to the big screen, building off of what Loki had started for the franchise the year before. I do think it really will likely affect the film industry as a whole, as Marvel films tend to do. Then, on the other hand, we have Morbius. Fucking Morbius. Now, I don't think Morbius itself will change cinema, as much as the audience reaction to it will. The way it was memed so hard that Sony was willing to bankroll a re-release of it into theaters. This slot in the nomination could have also gone to the most recent Minions movie and the Gentle Minions movement that came from it. If you don't recall, it's when mostly young men were going to see the film in droves, in groups, in full suits for the meme of it. I wonder how this trend of interactive memes will evolve, and if it will affect the film box offices more as it does so. There is no winner for this award yet. As with most things, we won't see the results right away, assuming there will be any change based off this. I could be spinning my wheels here after all. Alright, thanks for watching the dumbest thing I've ever made. It was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it, and big shout out to my buddy David, whose YouTube channel will be linked in the description of this video, and my partner Sam for being the best weirdo accomplices a guy could have for a video like this. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. You know, the good stuff. And until next time, have a good one.